Sports and football in particular remains a constant theme across the Middle East, particularly in Dubai. Take this year's Football World Cup, for example, when the Burj Khalifa, which is of course the world's tallest building in the world, it was turned into the highest live football scoreboard, much to the delight of expats and alike, including myself. Now, while modern entertainment facilities such as malls and theme parks are receiving a transformative overhaul in the Middle East, its stadiums are also evolving to become more than just traditional community hubs. But how exactly is the region approaching stadium construction? And crucially, what are the most recent projects worth touching on? My name is Oscar Russo, I'm the Deputy Editor of Construction Week, and joining me today is Jack Ball. So Jack, we're here today talking about some of the major sport projects, but what are some of the sport and activity related projects that we've seen announced over recent weeks?
Well, one that's actually related to retail, Oscar, it was announced over the past weekend. It's the world's largest sports mall in Dubai, a 3-story facility with a total area equivalent to 12 football fields that will open near Dubai Deira City Centre in the first quarter 2020. Now, the destination is actually going to be an important destination for the Dubai Fitness Challenge, envisioned by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai and Chairman of the Executive Council. Now, the Dubai Fitness Challenge encourages residents and visitors to the city to conduct 30 minutes of exercise for 30 days, with a view to making Dubai the world's most active city. And dedicated parking spots will be developed within the mall, according to the developer Deira City. A project profile shared by Deira City states that the company wanted to create much more than a mall, of which we can all agree some of Dubai has enough of. Sports Society's second and third levels will include retail outlets by international sports brands and spaces for various sporting activities, in addition to food and beverage outlets focused on organic and healthy diets. A multi-purpose arena with stadium seating is also planned for the project. So a lot going on there, Oscar, in the retail space.
Yeah, and of course it's a very exciting project. It's a great example of retail and how retail can cover sport. But what about physical stadiums, and how have they been approached from maybe a design aspect, for example, Jack?
Well, it's interesting, Oscar. I think companies are realizing that spectators want sporting events to be more than simply passive onlookers. They want to be, spectators want to be immersed in the excitement of the occasion. And in order to deliver a world-class audience experience, the facilities delivered now, part of sport arenas, are becoming increasingly sophisticated. So we talk about sustainability, environmental friendliness, state-of-the-art tech, and cutting-edge sound and lighting equipment are all now the prerequisites for the type of project today in the sporting space. And modern stadiums have to be able to compete with television in terms of the experience they deliver. And this fact is driving developments in stadium construction, according to the senior design engineer for facilities at the 2000 Sydney Olympics. In order to do this successfully, stadiums need to allow fans to share their experience of events online. After all, he says, what's the point in bagging a World Cup final ticket if no one knows you're there and you can share your experience? With that in mind, some of the latest developments in stadium construction include high-tech information and communication technology, infrastructures that can support strong and reliable Wi-Fi coverage for fans so they can again share their experiences and update on social media. I think we'll agree that's very important nowadays. For us going to visit a sports game, it's very important to share that. The traditional model of a sports stadium that is used once a week, too, at most, is the case with many football grounds in the world, is now an outdated concept too. Multi-use facilities are now the order of the day, as they offer improved financial viability and can also benefit local communities in the surrounding area. And lastly, Oscar, legacy planning. It's too very important. Countries preparing for major sporting events such as the World Cup or the Olympics must design assets that are economically sustainable after the big event. We've seen across the world, take, for example, the Athens Olympics, some of their sporting facilities kind of faded away and weren't used after. So I think that's a big focus moving forward, is keeping that sustainable and making it economically viable for the country moving ahead.
Well, of course, and you look at that legacy planning, and it's so critical. I think when you look at sports stadiums, certainly the London 2012 Olympics did that in such a fantastic way, because many of those facilities have now been transformed into new areas. And of course, the London project completely revitalised the East End of London, transforming it into a fantastic, bustling residential community. And of course, when you think about what was there before, it was an industrial wasteland in London. And
it's now a destination.
It's now a destination.
You and I go there when we lived in London, I'm sure.
Well, you probably did more than me. Absolutely. Thanks, Jack, for another fascinating scoop on the football scope. Well, you've been watching Construction Week in Focus. We are very pleased, as always, to be giving away a limited number of email vouchers worth 500 dirhams. And of course, you can spend these vouchers at a range of fantastic places. Now, to get your hands on one of the limited edition vouchers, please subscribe to our YouTube account, like this video, leave a comment on it below, and share it with all of your friends on social media. The winners will be contacted directly by Construction Week. Don't forget that we publish new videos every Tuesday at 9 AM. And of course, we have other content going up on the YouTube account on a periodic basis as well. So there's really no reason why you should not subscribe to the Construction Week YouTube account. But until then, thank you very much for watching and goodbye.